Well, like sands through the hourglass, the University of Minnesota has brought on a new men's basketball coach that will be the one. Thanks for tuning in to Breaking the News tonight. I'm Janice Shortle. So I know you've heard this story before and it hasn't worked out. So while we hope this time is different, we also have to face the reality that college basketball is as much about showing players the money as it is playing the game at the highest level. Danny takes that angle to tip us off tonight.
Well, Jana, the new head coach is Niko Medved, a Roseville native and former Gopher assistant who spent the last 7 years at Colorado State. But a lot has changed since Medved last coached at the U in 2007. As you mentioned, players can now make money off their name, image, and likeness, known as NIL. And starting next year, it's likely schools will begin paying athletes directly. After 2 decades away, Niko Medved has returned home.
You know, to be back here right now, it just feels surreal.
But the University of Minnesota graduate has a tall task in rebuilding a men's basketball program that hasn't advanced past the second round of the NCAA tournament since the Final Four season of 1997.
Now is the time to really get this moving in the right direction.
To do so, Medved must keep up with name, image, and likeness, or NIL, which allows players to make money from sponsorships now.
It's no secret we're in a changing landscape of college athletics.
Through the independent collective known as Dinkytown Athletes, some Gopher athletes are already making big money. Although players aren't required to make their income public, we reported last year, as just one example, that one men's basketball player recorded $20,000 in monthly income in 2023 for appearances, autographs, and social media posts. But in recent years, former coach Ben Johnson lost several players to other schools that offered bigger NIL deals.
I believe that the people here are committed to understanding what that looks like as far as raising money.
It's not just NIL. Next month, a federal judge is expected to approve a legal settlement with the NCAA that would pave the way for schools to pay players directly, with a cap of roughly $20 million per institution. Under the revenue-sharing system, athletic director Mark Coyle says 5 Gopher sports, including men's basketball, will participate.
That's new for fans, too. What's that going to look like? Do you know what your budget might look like?
I know where Mark stands on that and where we want to be, positioned in our conference from a rev share perspective. What the Big Ten is doing with that is really cool. I think we're at the forefront.
Coyle said NIL and revenue sharing came up immediately when hiring Medved.
Do we need to be more aggressive? Do we need to raise more money? There's no doubt we do, but we have the resources where we feel like we can compete at a high level.
All right, nice to meet you.
That includes engaging Fortune 500 companies and deep-pocketed alumni to bolster financial support.
But I will tell you that there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Nadine Babu of GopherHole.com has covered the program for years and has known Niko Medved since his days as an assistant.
It's not on Niko. This is the support that he needs from the administration, from Mark Coyle, from everyone else, and I think that if he gets that, he'll be successful.
Go Gophers!
Now, some college programs across the country have started hiring general managers like a pro sports team to navigate NIL and revenue sharing. That has not yet happened at the University of Minnesota, but athletic director Mark Coyle said today that he's willing to talk about creating a GM position if Medved is interested. So that's still a little bit early to talk about, a little premature.
As a fan and taking it in, I think we should do it because it is like a mini pro sports league now.
Yeah, it is a lot different than it used to be.